What's going on, guys? Zephyrnix here. Okay, Dragon Ball Super episode 75. Going forward, I'm going to go ahead and kind of do some reviews on the video, my thoughts on it and stuff like that, kind of like after it, whatever the case may be, just to go ahead and do it. I mean, it's not too bad, right? And like I said, I'm trying to go ahead and make a couple more videos, and I'll start doing a lot more videos later on down the pipeline. Anyway, let's go ahead and get started. For those who don't know, I'm a huge Krillin fan. So with Dragon Ball Super episode 75 being Krillin-centric, I was really excited. So I'm like, okay, let's do this. So long story short, let's go ahead and get started. Now, I believe these particular episodes that are coming on right now, especially the last two, are basically kind of like to answer the question on why the promotional pictures was saying that certain characters will be available for the fighting. For example, one of the characters in the promotional picture for the, the Universal tournament arc, which I'm very excited for. I'm always a big fan of tournament arcs, especially the one in Yu Yu Hakusho and things of that nature. Excuse me. So basically, that particular one, they had a couple of characters that were really confusing. Like, why was Krillin fighting? And then why was Gohan fighting? Who is it? Krillin, Gohan, 17, and Roshi. You know, we was like, well, what's going on? Why are they actually in gear fighting? So we didn't know. So these couple of episodes are kind of answering those questions, like they're building themselves up. But anyway, let's jump into the episode right now. So basically what happened is that Goku went ahead and wanted to go in and spar with someone, and he couldn't find anyone to spar with. So Gohan was like, well, shoot, I'll go and throw in my Great Saiyaman, and go ahead and start fighting. So he turns on the Great Saiyaman costume or whatever, and they start fighting. Now, that fight was really cool because you got to see Goku go head-to-head with Gohan, and you see how Gohan has still seemed to have gotten, like, Gohan hasn't lost a step. He's fighting very well. So it's like, okay. You know, it's kind of weird. It's like, okay, so he's able to fight, huh? So he turned Super Saiyan and all that stuff, and it was great. Don't get me wrong, it was great. But the problem is what happened after. So what happened is that Goku went they found out they kind of ruined the field that they were doing. You know, they was planting all the stuff, the rutabagas or whatever the hell they were planting, hot dogs, whatever. And so what happened is they were at the house, and Goten says, well, what about Krillin? So Goku knocks his son off him, by the way, and just runs up there and talks to Krillin. So meanwhile, Krillin's actually in the middle of a firefight. Remember, he's a cop, so you know the crooks are shooting, blah blah blah. And what happens is that Krillin gets shot. So wait a minute, I don't understand this. Basically, you're telling me that I don't know. I don't understand how the bullet hurt Krillin, especially since if you remember in the original Dragon Ball, Goku was 5 years old and his power level was around what? 200, I think it was, 300 maximum, and he deflected a bullet, 2 bullets in fact, one from Lunch and one from Bulma. So how is it that Krillin can't go ahead and deflect this bullet, yet he is still able to go ahead and maintain his speed and stuff like that? So it was shit that wasn't making any sense. But anyway, I'm guessing it's because the storyline needs to go on, so whatever the hell. So long story short, he gets home, and 18 is like, I can't believe that you got hurt by a bullet. And he's like, that's normal for normal people. He wants to be normal, you know? And so basically they would call him a weakling, and basically he was like, well, I don't want to be weak, so I'm going to go ahead and fight because my daughter called me a weakling. So basically it's one of those I was going to say sexualized, more like sexist episodes where they believe that men need to be guided around by their dick and testosterone. Like, I don't understand what the hell, but whatever. Anyway, Goku and Krillin decide to go ahead and go back to Master Roshi, where they originally learned to train. So they went down there, and basically, after a quick training session, Roshi was like, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I want you guys to go ahead, and I want you to find something called the Paradise Grass. Now, I find it funny because it sounds like he's about to get high. It really do. It sounds like he's about to get real high real quick here. So anyway, so he says, I want to go get the Paradise Grass. You guys get the Paradise Grass and things of that nature. So he says, okay. So Goku and Krillin go over to this island and go get the Paradise Grass. But of course, they got to find it first. Now, the cool thing about this is that I'm guessing the effects of the grass kind of brings out hallucinogenic situation. So basically, you got all the bad guys returned, and some of the bad guys was really surprising. Like, here's the thing. So we saw Frieza, we saw Cell. In fact, Cell was the first one, which got me really excited. I'm a big Cell fan. So, you know, you got Cell, you had Cell, you had Frieza, but then you had some characters that really surprised me, such as Boo, Nappa, what was it? Nappa, old Vegeta, like the original Vegeta. I think there were some other characters too. Oh, King Piccolo, which surprised me. But the big one that really threw me for a loop right then and there was, I forget the character. I think his name was Tambourine, but it was the original character that killed Krillin the first time. So I thought that was really cool that that particular character made a return. Like, I was really surprised at that. I really was. But nonetheless, he made a return. I was really happy about that. And they kind of ended it there. So everything was getting really good. And then we forgot, oh yeah, this is a 23-minute anime. So we got to wait for another month, another week until we can actually see it again. My thoughts on the whole episode, though, I was like, it was one of those episodes that really set things up. You know, it set up, even if I don't like the premise of how it began, I gotta say the way they set it up on terms of the premise, you know, was really good. You know, they pretty much a, hey, I want to do, you know, hey, this is my dilemma. And then the other character had, hey, this is my dilemma. And let's forge together to go ahead and resolve our dilemmas. And then all of a sudden, here comes a quest. So we're going to take our quest. We're going to move forward with our quest, with said quest, you know, and it was really good. I really liked the way things actually turned out on that one. So overall, I definitely got to give the episode about, I would say about, and the fight scenes, for everyone too. Goku versus, Gohan, Goku versus Krillin. Both of them were fantastic fights. Even though, like, obviously the Gohan versus Goku version was much better, but nonetheless, it was still fun to see Krillin kind of, you know, handling his business, you know, until Goku was like, all right, fuck it. So, yeah, you know how Goku is. But, you know, overall, it was really fun. I really enjoyed it. And I gotta say, I am very happy for everything that has happened in this particular anime here. Definitely about a 7 out of 10. 7 out of 10, definitely. Guys, go ahead and watch it. Episode 75, Dragon Ball Super. You guys have a good night. Zeph out.